Hi, I'm Joshua Farley.
And I'm Marcus Soto.
And this is Inside Our Industry, where we share weekly insights on everything to do with the electric and solar industry, contracting, and best practices. I set goals for my business and I set goals for my personal life. Like, set all sorts of fucking goals. And some of those goals I fucking do, and some of them I don't do. And some of them I wish I didn't do, and some of them I wish I did. But like, I have a goal to record 2 podcasts a week, so that I have a book of stuff. So when I miss a week, I have one that's ready to go.
Right. Yeah.
And we haven't done that.
No.
So I almost feel sometimes I like get in this chair and I'm like, oh.
It's almost like we're behind.
I feel which
like on the goal. Yeah.
Kind of like our business goal. So we're trying a new coach this year, and they couldn't get us in at the normal time when we fucking do our business goals.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm behind.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have we have a revenue and a profit goal, but I don't have all the goals I'm supposed to be working on for this quarter.
Yeah, so we pretty much set up a meeting to figure out everything a month and a half into the year instead of right before the year starts like we typically do.
Right.
Which has made us feel like we're behind a little bit on just figuring out the steps that we need to go.
Because what do we get from those meetings? When we work with our coach, what do we get? I mean, typically, what do we know what we're going to do for the next quarter?
Yeah, we know exactly what we're going to do, or what we're going to try to do for the next 90 days, pretty much. And it's step by step the things that we need to do for the next 90 days to make sure that we hit our goal for the end of the year.
Right, we call those rocks. So we build the vision for the year. Well, we build the vision for the year, the 3 years,
and then 10 year.
Hang on, my wife's texting me. She called me. I got some salt.
So 2 podcasts a week,
and I
but gets vetoed. Casey, that's top. That's this. You're up here on the priorities list.
I love you, girl. So we lay it out. We run Entrepreneurs Operating Systems, EOS. A lot of you guys know the system by Traction. There's a book called Traction by Gino Wickman. If you're going to look into it, I would recommend reading Get a Grip first. It really helped me understand it. I started reading Traction. I was like, what? I don't is this right for my business?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get without reading Get a Grip first. It's kind of hard just reading through Traction to understand and to see your business going through all of those things and what it could do for your business.
Right.
But once you read Get a Grip, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. And then you go into Traction, you actually do it.
Because Get a Grip's goes right through the whole process of the business implementing it. They had a problem, they found the guy that's going to help them work through it, what they're missing. Yep. And then it's then you can see personalities. They talk about different personalities and what different team members bring to the game and how things are supposed to work. And then was it Carol? Is it Carol?
Carol, yeah.
And then there's the Carol. When I read Get a Grip for the first time, I knew exactly who Carol was in my company. But if I were to read it today, I don't think I have a Carol.
No.
Now it's everybody's on the right. Everybody's the right person.
But I think that's because of EOS.
Oh, 100%.
I think that everybody 100%. In our company is the right person because of EOS and the things that we've implemented to make sure that
if your name's Carol, I'm sorry. We're not trying to create a new Karen or a new Melvin in the field,
right.
Those poor Melvins out there. After all those commercials you see, don't hire a Melvin. What about the fucking guy that's named Melvin?
Actually named Melvin,
and he's fucking good. There's got to be some good Melvins out there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I feel like that would be a lawsuit. I'd be suing that. I'd be suing that. You guys can't do that.
I can't get a good job because my name is Melvin.
Right.
Because of you guys.
So let's talk about a couple of goals. So I had a goal last year to get 10,000 steps every day for a year. I was using a watch to track it, my Garmin Phoenix watch to track it. Notice I'm not wearing that watch today because I hit my goal. I did it. But it also was at the sacrifice of certain things.
Right. Yep.
It was one, I proved to myself I could do it.
Yep.
And there were some times where I didn't think it was going to happen. One, I was down with COVID. And at the worst of my COVID was probably equivalent to a flu, which it wasn't horrible, thank God for that. But even, when you're stuck in bed with the flu, you don't want to get up and walk 5 miles. Because that's about what 10,000 steps is. You don't want to do it.
Yeah. Anytime you set a goal, it's going to take time. takes time away from your life, from doing other things that could potentially make you happy as well.
Right, or better.
Or better.
Right.
Yeah. And sometimes you make goals thinking that you want to accomplish whatever that is, and then you get there and it's not as good as you thought it was. So there's a lot of different things that kind of happen with goals.
Right.
But typically, if you set your mind to something and you go out and you accomplish it, it makes you feel good.
Sure.
Like, and even if it's in your head, you get that benefit of feeling good, and like,
I did that.
Yeah. Like, and it makes you feel like you do anything.
Right.
You just line up those goals and you just knock them out of the park.
It was funny, though. You asked my wife how it went down, and it was more so, hey, Josh, what are you doing? Coming in, and I'm on the treadmill in my underwear and flip-flops at 10 o'clock at night because I went to bed, and I go, oh, fuck, I forgot to check my steps.
Yeah.
Because that 365 days is a long time.
And 10,000 steps is quite a bit. 10,000 steps is quite a bit. And I remember a few times I was doing 10,000 steps, too. I'd be like, look at my watch to see how many steps I had in the day, and I'm at like 6,000, 7,000, something like that. And it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like,
oh, shit.
I gotta go walk somewhere.
I'll tell you, the relationship that I built with my dogs over the last year, I'll tell you, it's definitely taken, and I'm not a big fan of pets, right? Like, I have a dog we have two dogs. One's Chief. Fucking awesome golden doodle, 100 pounds, the nicest, most calm dog you ever know.
He's a horse.
But he's just the best dog. Like, I felt God blessed me because my family wanted a dog, and they blessed me with this awesome dog that just wasn't a big pain in my ass until we got Ollie, which is a 60-pound golden doodle. She's 50, probably half as his size, and that girl is just a lover. But she's so much in your face, licking like. But the relationship we bonded there was awesome. But 10,000 steps a day is a lot. It's 45. I usually did it like 45 in the morning, 45, and then I'd get throughout my day, and then I would have the catch up. If I didn't hit 45-minute walk in the morning, then I was out either on the treadmill in my underwear or out with the dogs at night walking the neighborhood going, fuck, how am I going to get this done before I got to get up early. I got to do all these other things. So thinking about that, that's almost an hour and a half out of your day you're spending on just walking. But, I did lose some things, right? I knew I had to stick to the program. I was running. And I'll tell you, it probably saved my life because I stopped exercising and following a diet when we went on vacation. We went on a road trip in June, and it was like vacation after that. So we went on a 3-week road trip. Then we went to, Hawaii? Yeah. And then I went elk hunting. You want a picture? Check out my elk.
Oh, God. So
check that out.
I see it 6 times a week.
Have you seen my elk? Oh. Look, it's like a newborn baby.
It's already
His name's King Arthur.
You got any jerky?
There's some, yeah.
Jerky?
I'm back on program now, but like, if I didn't have set that goal for 10,000 steps, like I just stopped. I stopped and I ate whatever I wanted.
Your diet went on vacation.
My diet went on vacation. I went on vacation, and I stopped going to the gym. COVID fucked up all the gyms. Like we're not going to talk about COVID today or that because it's just crazy. But like my routine got messed up, and that's all I had. And I put on probably 20 pounds. And I'll say that those walking probably saved my ass from a heart attack.
Yeah.
But during that time I was out walking, I was listening to podcasts, I was listening to books. I'm in a book club. If you guys are trying to be a leader, you need to be a reader. You got to just always be trying to
100%.
What is it? What did you say all the time?
Be better.
Be better. It's as simple as that. Be better. You always got to be growing. So I was always out there listening, doing something. So I didn't feel it was a horrible waste of time, but it definitely did put some strain on my family. Hey, Dad, what are you doing, this and that? Like, I got to get these steps, like this stupid thing. Like, so it's your perspective on goals.
Yeah.
So I could see perspective coming from my family, like, the fuck you mean your steps are more important than X?
Right.
Whatever it is.
Right. And that actually kind of feeds into that idea that I always preach, I guess, as far as being better, because being better can mean anything to anybody at any time.
Right.
Like, it can be spend more time with your family.
Right.
But at the exact same idea, it could be, oh, I need to be better and make sure I get these steps in. Right?
Right. Am I in your way? Am I in the way?
You're always in the way.
Yeah, now you see him, now you don't.
So it's kind of just, you know, what everybody perceives like they need to be doing with their lives, right? Like, not watching so much TV. That's one that I have, right? Like, every time I sit on my couch, and after 2 episodes of some random TV show that doesn't do anything for me, I'm like, you need to get up and clean something, or read, or exercise, anything.
Right.
So that kind of feeds into the way that I look at it. It's normally I'll set some goals as far as things that I want to do over the next 6 months or over the next even year, right? But the best time to start those things is today.
Right.
Regardless of whether it's the fucking new year or whatever it is. If it's February 2028, like, just whatever you want to do in your life, start that shit today.
So what stopped you?
What stops me from what?
From doing it before we started. So me, Marcus, and my nephew Chris, we're doing this. We're following a diet now. We're like counting calories, doing a workout, getting our steps in.
Yep.
Not steps, but like being outside. So running or walking, you know, for 45 minutes, whatever it is. And Marcus goes, you know what pisses me off about this? I go, what? He's like, that we waited till the first. Like, the fuck does that mean? Like, why don't we start right now?
Yeah.
But that's really the case though. It's like, why aren't we doing what we want to do now? Why are we putting parameters on it? Why are we waiting for something to happen? And to tell you the truth, that's probably why it took me 4 days after New Year's to hit that 10,000 steps, because I probably started on a Monday. Yeah. You know, like last New Year's was, looking back, but I'm going to guess last New Year's on Thursday, or, you know, Thursday night, Friday, and then Monday was the first, and that's like my year was from a Monday.
Right.
Because that's the other thing, is every time I ever want to start a diet or something, somebody's always going, well, we'll just start on Monday.
Right.
We'll just start on Monday.
We don't want to do this. It's Saturday.
I mean, you're thinking about this now, and it's Saturday, and then you're going to go out for your last meal tonight. What about tomorrow? You can't just like...
Right.
Anyway, so that's the same thing with our... But it is good to put parameters. It is good to put those things in place, those key performance indicators, those times, making the SMART goals, because that's what you got to do for your business. We plug in a 10-year target, when we back it down to a 3-year target, then we bring that down to a 1-year target, and then we get on the macro level, like
quarters.
You know,
we break it into quarters.
Break it into quarters, into 90-day rocks, and then we break those rocks down into actionable items. And I'll tell you, we've never... I would say not never, but since we started making goals that actually meant something that pushes us to the next level, or setting those rocks that pushes us to hit those goals, I don't think we've ever hit 100% of our goals, because we're pushing. Like, if you're hitting your goal every time, you're not fucking doing it right. Yeah. Like, if you're hitting your goals every year, your goals aren't big enough. Yeah. You got to push yourself, right? So we put these things in place. I hope that you guys can relate to some of the stuff we talked about. If you had any questions about how we run our business, or how we set those goals, or you need help, or you want a referral or something like that, fucking comment below.